Darren here with the second devlog. This is our 40 days in, our first 40 days devlog series, and I'm going to be covering our accounts and characters. So I'm going to go through this as if I were a completely new player, sort of what we're expecting the workflow to be. Now, we're going to be able to create accounts on a typical web page, but we also want to have this feature inside the game itself. So on the sign in page, you'll see we have the I don't have an account button. Go ahead and click on that. And from here, I can just fill out this form and create my account. So I'll just fill in some of these details. So I have the username, the email, the password. And if any of these fields aren't filled in, there's field validation already there. In fact, I'll make sure that the passwords here aren't the same either, so we can see an example of that. And then we'll have the first name and last name requirements. So there we go, passwords don't match. We'll just make sure that those passwords do match, and we'll create our new user account. Now once the account is created, we'll go back to sign in, and from there we'll be able to actually sign in to our new user account. Okay, so it's going to try to retrieve our character list, but of course, because this is a new account, we don't have any characters, so we have to add a new resident. You can see up here we have a welcome message using the first name and the username of the account. So I'll go ahead and just add a new resident. Now this is very bare bones. If I go back here, you'll see we can't really interact with our player preview yet. And if I go to add a new resident, there aren't any settings except for the name. So all we can do right now is add a new character with a new name. Eventually, what we plan on putting here is profession selection and appearance settings as well as gender selection. So I'll just add a new name here, and we'll make that the same as the account name. And once I create, the player will get dropped into the game. Okay, and that is pretty much it with our accounts and character selection. Now, if I were to log out and sign out, whenever I come back to my account, we'll see that we have the new user in our character selection. I can choose that new user here, click play, and I'll be dropped back into the game. So that concludes our devlog for accounts and characters. Coming up next, we're going to be covering the player and the camera controller.